life. Let's talk about life a little bit. And I talk about it from a home buyer's perspective and trying to get into your first home. And it's amazing because, my previous video, I talked about the variables of purchasing a home, all the things you need to think about: schools, family, location, where your parents or where your siblings, and do you want to be close by them or do you not want to be close by them? Sometimes people want to have distance. What's important to you? Do you want to be near, the outdoors, or do you want to be in the heart of a city, or do you want to be in the suburbs? I mean, there's so many things to think about when purchasing a home. But typically, I think, we all have an idea of what we like or what we don't like and where we want to be. But, what I found in life, I mean, for me, is even with planning and trying to think ahead, there's always variables for me that make me pivot and want to change and do something else. It's probably the reason why, I've purchased 6 homes in my lifetime, because, something gets into my head, and, whether it's related to career or whether it's related to my family and my kids and, where we're going to be and how we're going to progress. I mean, these are all those little variables that come into play and kind of, direct my decisions for me. This is how I kind of function. Not everyone functions that way, and that's probably a good thing. But those things are important, especially when you're purchasing a home, right? I think the big takeaway there is that, even if you purchase a home, don't let indecision stop you. And that's one thing, is that whether I knew exactly where I was going to be, or what my career path was going to be, make a decision and stick with it, and all those other things kind of fall into place. And I can tell you that even when I purchased my home in Stockton, I had got fired the day my home closed, which is just an amazing story, because I thought I was going to lose the house. And I called my lender and said I got fired, and because the company got bought out. So it's not that I did anything wrong, but we halfway expected this was going to happen, just not that soon. And so the lender said, "Look, I can make it happen, Jesse. Do you want to, get into this house?" I said, "Oh, well, definitely." Made it happen. I got the keys the next day, everything. I was recorded and signed docs, and I was in my house. It was amazing. So what I did to pivot is I rented that house out for a year, and actually rented a house out in Alameda and lived on the beach for a year while I finished up my master's program. So things worked out, right? I had other goals I still had to finish. And then when I was just about wrapping up my master's degree, I got the job I wanted to get, and all these things found a place, and I was working out in Stockton, so I got to move into a house. So you don't always have to have everything in place. Make the decision, go with it. Let's go. If you're ready for that house, hit me up. Let's talk. I'm here to help you through it.